Back in 2020, I was pleasantly pleased with All Time Low and their album Wake Up Sunshine. It was definitely a big step up from what they had released in 2017, that being Last Young Renegade. It was also their first album with Fueled by Ramen. Now, fast forward to 2023, 6 years after making their debut with Fueled by Ramen, they now have their third album out with said record label. And after the way Wake Up Sunshine kind of, in a way, revamped the band, going back to the old pop-punk sound that they, grew popular with, I kind of thought maybe that was the direction that they would head here with this new album, Tell Me I'm Alive. And although they did, I just think it's missing that spark that the previous album had. Because even though this album delves into some pop elements and pop sound, the last record did as well. Actually, All Time Low's been doing it for about 10 years-ish now, delving more into a pop-leaning sound. But the thing about the other records is they always tend to keep that rock sound that we love from them, other than maybe on Last Young Renegade. Like I said, it's probably the biggest oddball in their discography. And with this new album, it's not necessarily an easy listen to the point that it's bad, but this thing's like a roller coaster. It just goes up and down and never really stops. I mean, when we talk about my least favorite, the title track and the opening song, Tell Me I'm Alive, I heard this one before it came out, and I wasn't too impressed with it, and the fact that it kicked the album off makes this even worse because it's not a great kickoff song. It really, really isn't. The Sound of Letting Go, New Religion, and The Way You Miss Me also made this list. New Religion features Teddy Swims, who he's fine on the song, but for the most part, I don't know, Alex Cathcarth's vocals just aren't as good as they usually are on this record, and there's a little bit more auto-tune usage, which kind of threw me off in a way. Plus, there's some point in time where I'm like, is this All Time Low, or is this like Disney Channel era Jonas Brothers? Because that's what they sound like at point in times, where it just becomes kind of embarrassing almost to say that that's the band that they turned into. In the OK tracks, we have Sleepwalking, Calm Down, The Otherside, and Lost Along the Way. Again, these songs I think do their job for the most part, but for some, it's the instrumentation or the chorus that really, really carries them and stops them from being what I think would be the best, is just the rest of the song in general. Then in my favorite tracks, Modern Love is Nice, Are You There? English Blood, American Heartbreak has to be maybe my favorite on this one because it sounds the most like All Time Low. Like when you think of All Time Low, this is what you expect from them. Then the song I'd Be Fine If I Never Saw You Again and Kill Your Vibe. I do like the whole vibe of that track, no pun intended. This might, be runner-up for the best song on the record as well. It was one that I just completely was attached to immediately and thought, why couldn't they do more like this throughout the record? Because again, I found myself jumping in and out throughout this entire thing. There would be songs that would pick me up, and then there would be songs that would just kind of like take me out of it, but then another song would come in and be like, okay, I'm reeled back in. It was an album that I feel like couldn't make up its mind as to what it wanted to be, who it was trying to appeal to, and although not terrible, definitely not Last Young Renegade's level of bad, it's also not up to par where Wake Up Sunshine was, where at least it still had that sound that we've all come to know and love from them, and with even the more pop-leaning songs on that album, it still had something to enjoy and love, and it kept that intensity. But with a lot of these songs, I don't know, the atmosphere just wasn't there, and I guess just fell flat for the band overall. So, the rating for this record, it's gotta be a 5 out of 10. This is like the definition of 50-50. I don't find it terrible, but I don't find it great at the same time. It's just kind of one of these records that I think is just gonna be there. No one's really gonna remember this All Time Low record down the line. It's just gonna kind of be like a blip where everybody goes, oh yeah, I remember that one. Not their best, but, also not their worst, and I think that's really all you can say about it at this point. That's basically what it is, and nothing else, nothing more. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on this thing. You can tell me in the comments below what did you think, but until then, stay safe out there, and I will catch you all in the next one.